Do men or women have it easier when it comes to finding a long-term partner?
I don't know. I don't know, to be honest.
If we let's say we swap long-term partner for marriage.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, I'm just gonna swap it for that. So I would say this: men find it harder to find women who want to be with them physically or to get into relationships with them or things like this. But I think women, the struggle women have is to get men to marry them. For instance, you said that, say, in your culture, being married is like the ultimate achievement. Well, if it was so easy, it wouldn't be the ultimate achievement.
Oh, yeah.
You know? I feel like that's basically what it is. Whereas with men, it's like entering the relationship is the struggle.
Really?
Well, yeah, like, you know, finding a woman who wants to give you the time of day.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like it's easier for men to
what?
To get into relationships with women.
Why do you believe that?
Because that's the story I've been hearing all around me.
I'm not sure.
I mean, they not, like, most of the time they're not even satisfied with one woman only, you know. They want one woman for marriage, one woman as a girlfriend, one woman as a mistress, one woman as, you know, like...
I mean... Okay,
it doesn't seem so hard for men. Like, for me, at least, like, what I'm aware of is it's not very hard for men to get into relationships.
Well, this is what I would say.
Yeah.
Personally, I believe that a beautiful woman, such as yourself, is attracting a certain caliber of man. Okay. Now, that caliber of man is relatively rare. And that caliber of man tends to have all of the options in the dating marketplace. So there's another statistic, which is, have you heard of the 80-20 rule?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, apparently that applies to dating as well. Meaning that 80% of men are getting 20% of the women, and 20% of men are getting 80% of the women.
Okay.
Now, I personally do not know if it's 80-20 or maybe like 75-25 or something like that. But the general gist is actually very true. So you say like a man will have his woman and then he'll have a girlfriend and a mistress. Do you know how rare it is for a man to have the ability to have a woman, a girlfriend and a mistress? Most men couldn't do it. To have a, like, okay, so you got one woman, and then you're gonna actually like attract another one as well, like to have like three that you're not like, they're not prostitutes. These are women that actually just want to be around you. Most men don't have that ability. Not today, at least not in the West anyway. So
I mean, it's an eye-opening conversation, because the world I live in seem to be like it's so easy for men to get attention from any woman they like, and even if she's not gonna give him the attention back, but it's just like he can like get
it's easy for the best men.
Best men.
Yeah.
Oh, so what you're saying is most men don't have the ability to connect or attract or approach or maintain a connection with a woman.
They really don't.
Really?
That's it. Yeah.
So all these stories that I'm hearing is built on the 20% of men that are capable of doing that.
Well, so here's what I'd say to you, and a little challenge for any woman who might be listening as well, who wonders about the veracity of what I'm saying. And veracity just means the authenticity. Okay. There you go. Is to have a look in your Tinder or your Hinge or your WhatsApp or your Instagram and see how many men have messaged you that you're flat out ignoring, and look at how many you're paying attention to. And I would imagine that any woman who's listening to this would be like, oh crap, so I've had 20 messages from men in the past, I don't know, week or whatever, and actually I've only responded to 3 of them. There's actually only 3 that I'm giving the time of day to. The rest I'm totally ignoring.
That's true.
But that's actually just it. That's it. And then, so like the stuff I did, or do, is about helping guys to become part of that top 20%, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The world is like a lot smaller now. So I got into dating coaching like literally about 20 years ago. Or at least like that's when I started learning about successful women and things like that. And back then it was actually a lot easier, because all you needed to know as a man is like how to walk up to a woman and to speak to her, to get a phone number and what to do on a date. Nowadays there is social media. And what social media has done is it has made the world a lot smaller. For instance, I said to you before that I quite like Latinas. Right? I only really realized that when I started going on social media. Because when I was growing up, I didn't see those women at all. So I wasn't aware that they actually existed. Now I know that they exist. So the truth is that every woman who has met me in the past 10 years or so has been compared to that. And the thing is that that happens on the other side with women and men as well. Because you can hop on IG now and you can see like some man and he travels around the world and he's in this country and he's in that. Now he's in Bali, now he's in Zimbabwe, now he's in Kenya, but now he's in Dubai. Look at the boat party he's on. Look at this. Oh, you can see him working out and he can actually show his lifestyle. And the thing is this, there's a difference between how men and women act as well, which is that, let's say, men are very rare to like ghost women. We tend to not do it.
Really?
I mean, what I mean is like, okay, let me clarify what I mean. Woman slides into a man's DMs. He's quite likely to reply. Okay? Now, even if he's not really that interested, he'll probably just little replies and, you know, kind of keep something going, or like he's going to give her something. She would have to be really far beneath him for you to just not reply at all. And the truth is that if she is trying to slide into his DMs, she has some faith in her ability to hold his attention, which means she obviously isn't that bad looking. But she's gonna get something, basically. And whatever he's prepared to give, it's like she feels like there's a chance. You're more likely to feel like you have a chance. Because the way men operate, it's like he might even just sleep with her and he has no desire for anything else. But the fact that he's prepared to do it and she is messaging him, it can give her the belief that maybe she can get this guy. Whereas on the flip side, you know, men don't have that. Which is some man messaging a random man messaging an IG model, she's just not replying at all. It's just is what it is.
So okay, let me ask you a question.
Okay, ask me.
So it amazes me what you're saying, because
it amazes you.
It amazes me, honestly, because when me, let's say, and my friends and the women I know around me, when we like a guy, we feel like we are there, open and available, and obviously interested in the connection. But then it feels like most guys, when they have the opportunity to connect with an amazing, beautiful, confident woman, they seem kind of like to waste that opportunity. If you're saying that they, like most men are struggling to connect with women, then why, when women give them chances to connect and to be open and to receive, and obviously the woman is like interested in knowing him, he just like ghosts, or like he puts the minimum effort thing, or he just like don't show up in the most amazing version of himself. He's just like, yeah, I want to keep her, but like I'm not gonna put any effort. So and that happens a lot.
So here's something I'll say. I do not want to give the impression for one moment that I'm trying to imply that men are perfect. No, because men are human beings. And there are many men who are pieces of crap. Right? They exist. They're plentiful. Loads of them. Right? Just like there's women who are pieces of crap too. All I would say about what you have just said is this. So what I was trying to convey earlier, I don't know if I did it well, is that there is a tier of men that is getting all of the female attention. That tier of man, because he's getting all of the female attention, cares a lot less about any one woman that he has.
Okay.
Okay? And then there's a tier of man underneath that isn't. And if women were to give that tier of man a chance, and I'm not saying they should. I'm actually not. I'm not arguing that women should lower their standards, because when I'm coaching men, I'm helping men to level up to become men that women want. But that guy right there would worship the ground you walk on and would give you everything that you want that he was able to give.
Okay.
He wouldn't look at another woman. Or at least if he did, he'd be private. He ain't going to let you know he's looking at. No, but he wouldn't. He would be like devoted to you. He would be like massages every day and things, and love letters, and would you like a foot massage, and what can I do for you?
So you're talking about the 80% of men that are not getting the usual attention from women. So if a woman wants actually to feel like she's loved and chosen and desired in a relationship, then she should look at those 80% of men that aren't specifically desired by other women.
More or less. I mean, I'm not saying that they should. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if you did, you would find that these men would be way more, like, the issues that you're having with the higher tier men, where they're, oh yeah, he hasn't really committed and he's cast me to one side. Those other men wouldn't. They wouldn't. They'd be so happy. They'd. So.
But then they are like average men.
Come again?
They are like average men.
Yeah.
Like average, like nothing interesting, appealing. She's just an average man.
I mean, but can I point something out?
Yeah.
So you just said an average man has nothing appealing.
I mean, yeah, I said that.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
If an average man has nothing appealing, and the average is like the greatest quantity, it means like if we got 10 men, I'm guessing 6 of them will be average, or at least 5. So then you literally saying most men have nothing going, and you're kind of backing up the stat, which is that actually it's relatively rare group of men that are getting the attention, because an average man isn't even like a really bad man, he's average. So if we got 10 men, we've got the average men, and we've also got the below average men, the men who are homeless or whatever. We got those men.
Yeah.
And obviously like the absolute dregs are unacceptable, but we have the dregs and we have the average men. So if the dregs and the average men are unacceptable, that literally leaves. Oh yeah, I have to stay. I have to stay here. I'm doing all of this, and then. But honestly, this is a social media thing though, because it was a lot easier. So with regards to dating coaching, years ago, say when I started to learn this stuff, it was all this is what you do and say. Now, as well as this is what you do and say, it's this is how you present yourself. This is like how you market yourself on social media. You actually have to do it now. Whereas it wasn't actually very important. Like the idea of being a high value man, that's something you hear a lot.
Yeah.
That term has only kind of existed in the past couple of years or so.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, it's once the world became smaller because of social media, and it was possible to see like lifestyles because for instance, let's say like you got men who travel around the world. Years ago, there was no way for other people to see that, because you're traveling to this country and this country and this country, and you couldn't show it off on social media because there was no social media. So nobody really saw how amazing you were, except for maybe you drove a really nice car.
Okay.
If you see.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, and it feels like you're saying that a high value man is a man with lots of resources and he's showing off these resources.
Yeah,
my definition, or most women's definition of a high value man, is a man who has integrity, who is honest, who has like intelligence, who's like he built something in his life, something to be proud of, and he is carrying himself with confidence. He is like it's more of like a character, a character that is valuable.
I agree. I agree in that. Okay. So you said confidence. I agree with that.
Yeah.
You said integrity. And what you say? You said integrity, and you said.
I said honesty, emotional intelligence. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So okay.
I mean, these characters, these
Characteristics.
qualities, these qualities aren't available in most men these days.
That is true. But okay. So here's what I would say.
Yes, please.
Here's what I would say.
Please.
So, most of the things that you have said are related to being a good person.
Yes.
Okay, like outside of confidence, being confident has nothing to do with being a good person, really. You know, you can be a good person and really lack confidence. But like integrity and honesty, things like that, that's about being a good person. From what I have seen, being a good person has nothing to do with being attractive, whether you're male or female. Zero. You can have the sexiest woman on the planet who actually treats everyone around her like a piece of crap, who lies and cheats and steals, but she'll still have men falling over themselves to date her because she's so sexy. On the flip side...
But would you consider her a high-value woman?
I mean, in
maybe she's desired, maybe she's attractive, but she's not high-value woman.
Okay. So, as I understand the term high value is essentially like your value in the dating marketplace.
Oh.
That's how I understand the term, and that's how I think the term is used. So I'm not stomping my foot down and telling you that's what it means, but I think that's what it means. Right?
I think what it means is someone who really worked on himself and his value, he knows his value, and now his value is, or her value is just showing, you know?
All right, so here's the thing. Because I am prepared to accept that that's your interpretation.
Okay.
Right? But I have a different interpretation.
Okay.
If we go by my interpretation, effectively I'm correct. If we go by yours, I see what you're saying. So here we go. I guess we can leave that to the listeners.
Okay.